Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to North Country Off Grid with Chad and Shelby.
Good morning.
Shelby, Chad.
Just in case you were confused.
Today's coffee and a conversation is going to be an update on the situation you guys have all been waiting for. But before we get started, a special shout out to Stephen Brady from Ireland. I've been chatting with him all morning about land rights and not having the ability to own firearms and how that's working out for him in Ireland.
Wow, I didn't know.
That's what I was doing while you were putting on makeup.
Oh.
So it's been pretty cool, guys. In the last little bit, our channel has grown a ton.
Yeah, it has.
I think the last time we did one of these videos, we were thanking you guys for 1,000 subscribers. We are now, as of this morning, at 5,000 subscribers.
Woohoo, that's awesome.
So it's grown a ton. And in the last few videos, we have gotten to know quite a few people just through chatting with them, them taking an interest, you guys taking an interest in us. And through that, we've taken quite an interest in a lot of you who are very vocal on the channel. So that's been great. We want to thank you guys for that.
Yeah, it's always so much fun when we get to know the like-minded folks, or I mean, even if our lifestyle is something you're not even interested in but want to ask questions, it's fun to get to know what your lifestyle's like. So we've really enjoyed it.
We have enjoyed it. Most of it. Some of you have been fun to get to know on a different level. All right, guys, so an update on the situation. We did not catch anything. The trapper has pulled his trap yesterday. We did not catch anything. We did not get anything on the game camera. Dolly has remained untouched, so whatever killed her did not come back. We had a rainstorm last night, so expect probably the same results. I haven't been up there this morning to check on her. We need to either bury her or drag her out of here away from us. Go and take her somewhere else, which I probably won't do because she's pretty well bloated and I don't want to throw her in the back of my truck and take her somewhere else. So we'll probably bury her, try and keep from luring in other predators.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to do. But so to update, there's no answer. We have no idea. The trapper was all but certain that it was in fact a cougar. He was kind of hoping that we would catch it in the following 2 days, and it just didn't happen. So our culprit, most likely, more than anything, other than catching them, on Dolly's neck, he's assuming is going to be a cougar. So that's what we're dealing with as far as the update.
Yeah, I think that the last couple of days have been super duper crazy to kind of digest and handle. We've all been on edge out here. We've kept the kids real close. The animals have naturally stayed really close. It's just been crazy. We are a homesteading family, and in no way, shape, or form ever set out to be Bigfoot hunters or finders. But I'm still spooked by whatever that was. And the last couple of days have just been really interesting around here, to say the least.
You guys have actually, if you're not familiar with the video, go back and watch the video, essentially with what was going on with the cougar. Something sort of popped out to my left. And there's been a lot of different speculation on what it was. Some of you guys have offered up suggestions or guesses as to what it was, and Shelby and I are like, what the heck is that? So you guys have been educating us on folklore and myth and or possible creatures that live in this country that we're not aware of. So for all of you guys who have come up with something we never heard before, thank you. We've been looking into it, like, what is that animal? What is that idea?
Which all of it kind of emotionally is like a lot to take in, because we love our land. We love what we've created with our own two hands out here, and we feel very safe aside from a couple of things that have taken our safety away temporarily, but then we're able to readjust what we need to do to remain safe. So this is one that's hard to figure out what we need to do to remain safe because we don't even know what we're really dealing with. So we're definitely going to be reevaluating our safety and how to reevaluate our animal safety and all of that. But we don't exactly know what we're keeping them safe from. So that's kind of spooky.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. With that being said, Shelby and I take our own approach on homesteading. I'm sure many of you take your own approach on homesteading, and that probably has a lot to do with where you're at geographically, whether you're in sort of more of a city setting, or if you're way far out, or what kind of predators you have. With that, one of our ideologies that we hold out here with homesteading is we try to do things in a very natural, sort of back to basics, that of our forefathers. That's kind of our approach with a lot of stuff. We have the benefit of a lot of modern medicine, vaccines, ways of doing things. And so Shelby and I try to find a healthy balance in that, but we like to lean more towards the natural, sort of survival of the fittest idea of homesteading. And
for me, it's kind of like the way that God intended in the beginning. I'm a huge believer on that food can be medicine, and God has put a lot of stuff on this earth to benefit us, and I think sometimes we overthink that. So we try to bring it back to the basics. I still have so much growth that I want to do with that in mind, but that's the direction that we're trying to head.
Yeah, we definitely want to explore herbal medicine versus, being able to go to the doctor and get over the counter or get prescription. All of that is there. It's there. If we want it, we need it. Or if we need it, it's there for us. But everything is here already at our disposal. It's already been created. It's already been designed. And so Shelby's really going to take it upon her to really develop being able to use medicinal plants and other herbs and vegetation.
It's super overwhelming to start. Like, I don't even know where to start. But that's where my heart and mind is. Don't get us wrong. If our kids needed anything, we would never...
We're putting them down.
We would never
Not
risk our kids' safety, and would do whatever we need to keep them safe. So we're not anti. We're just trying to figure out how to be more self-reliant and how to take it back to how it used to be.
Well, I think a lot of the original ways of doing stuff have just gotten lost. They've gotten lost. You can go outside and pick a plant in your garden and heal something, but that doesn't create a commerce. That doesn't create a need for the people, and it doesn't create economy. So people have figured out how to make medicine into economy, and that's why you see so many sick people in this country, and that's why you see so many people who are paying these high debts for medical bills. It happens to a lot of people. People are fine one day, and the next day they have life-crippling debt from a visitation to the hospital. It's amazing how much your bill can stack up on a trip to the hospital.
Well, and also you can go in with, like, say something minor, and rarely do you hear a doctor say, well, just go home and have some hot water and honey and that'll clear it up, right? Like, no simple fixes. It's always, well, here's a prescription. Well, then that prescription can lead to your liver failing, and then you need 5 more prescriptions to keep your liver going. Like, it can be
it's sort of a trip down the rabbit hole. Yeah, you just kind of keep chasing it, and a new medication leads to a new problem, which then needs a new medication, and it's basically there's just this domino effect.
So we're 4 years into this whole back to the basics homesteading lifestyle. And I feel like I've learned a lot, but I mean, by no means am I trying to sit here and claim that I know it all. I love learning. I love teaching my children what I'm learning. And we also have a huge open mind to other options as well. So
with that being said, guys, we're just telling you what's right for Shelby and I, what we've decided to do. If on your homestead you do whatever you do, that's fine by us. We're not sitting here passing any sort of judgment at all. The cool thing about it is that you can set out and do any journey you want to do. You can have any guidelines you choose to set for yourself, or lack of guidelines you choose to set for yourself. So whatever you guys are doing on your homestead with your family, great for you. We're just sharing what we do. In no way are we telling any of you guys what you should do. But getting back to that, if you're new to our channel, you'll notice that Shelby and I will just go off randomly all the time. So my point is that with our goats, we don't stick our goats in pens. Part of the reason we got goats is, 1, to maintain the area around us. You know, goats go through and eat so much stuff, and they keep the brush down, they keep the weeds down. They save a lot of time for us having to go through and basically manicure the land. With that, we don't have to pay feed costs for our goats because they're out feeding themselves every single day. So our goats are not penned in. And then this is sort of a byproduct. The cougar attack is a byproduct of the way that we chose to allow our animals to free range. And we know that going into it. We're homesteading out in the woods, and so we're very aware of predators. We're very aware of the reality of it, and that is just the lifestyle that we've chosen. And with that, we understand our choices. We understand the consequences of those choices. With that being said, I'm a man and I am a hunter. And if something comes around, it'll get hunted if I choose to not have it here. But getting back to the goats. You know, also another approach that we take to our goats is that we've bought all of our goats completely dehorned. The people around here, for the most part, everyone disbuds their goats. So they burn off the part of their head that creates a horn. And with that, it basically damages that area, doesn't grow a horn. And that's how you get goats around here. We have decided to no longer do that. We are going to let our goats grow horns, for one, because that's the way God designed them. They're designed to have those horns to protect from predators and to do what they do. And the two reasons basically that we've understood from people around here as to why they do it is, one, they don't want them to get stuck in the fencing. To that I say change your fencing. Two, they don't want to get hit with a horn and get injured. To that I say duck. I don't know. I mean, it's just part of it, man. You got to watch out. If you're going to pick up a goat, you need to know that the horns are going to come back right at you. So,
yeah.
You know, you just got to be smart when you're handling your goats. You got to watch out. You know, Shelby got poked in the face, yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, and I got whacked in the leg or in the knee by two of the boys fighting last night. But that's just part of it, you know? So you just got to be careful around your animals.
I would rather me get hurt like a couple times handling my goats than my goats not being able to defend themselves, because we choose to live out in the woods. We choose to have our homestead out here, and we choose to protect ourselves, and I would like to see my animals be able to protect themselves as well.
Yeah, and two, you know, we've already decided to do that. Obviously, the baby goats already have horns growing because we've already decided, we've already made that choice. But we kind of go back and wonder and think, you know, if Dolly had horns, would she been able to to fend off whatever it is, you know, even just to make noise long enough that our dogs would have come running up. So for our farm, we're gonna let our goats grow horns. That's gonna be what works for us, and we're gonna go that route. You guys do what works for you.
Well, again, we just moved to our raw 20 acres, completely raw. We've done everything by hand. We just moved here last July, so we haven't even been here for a whole year. And our first priority was to get a roof over our heads and get the animals safe and secure for the winter. So the goats have enjoyed free ranging. They have places to go to be up, but they're not in an actual cage, which eventually I would like to have something, at least an option, because when it's time to have friends and family over for barbecues and picnics and stuff,
they just want to hang out too.
They want whatever we're eating, and
sometimes they've gotten it.
They have. So it would be nice to have a place where they can be put up on a convenience level, but on a whole nother level, like what happened to Dolly was traumatic for us, because we always love our animals with our whole heart, and they are really important to us. She was the second goat I've ever gotten, and I am heartbroken that she's gone. So we just thought I thought that they were safe. We have dogs out here. We were out here. I mean, we got to her before she even took her last breath. Like, it
was the middle of the day, which is really weird. On a hot day, I think it was almost 80 degrees that day.
Yeah.
And generally, predators are not out hunting in the mid heat. So I think it was just kind of a sort of an opportunistic attack. I think that maybe it was bedding in the area, or it just happened to be going by and saw the goats walking up the road. Mm-hmm. And it just figured, hey, I'll go for it.
So yeah, I didn't think that anything would happen to her in the middle of the day. And before the sun even starts to go down, all of the goats come in real tight to the homestead. And then our dogs run and keep the predators out. So
It's a good balance.
It
They,
is a
like
good
they
balance.
kind of know, just like the chickens go to roost at night or towards the evening, they get up in the tree to get away from predators. They get up and get away. It's sort of a natural balance. The goats have always made their way back into the property well before the sun sets because they know. And so it was just something that caught everyone off guard because it sort of just messed up the ebb and flow of the homestead.
And Dixie, our livestock guardian, she runs her tail off all night long keeping these animals safe, and she does a great job. We had two, her mom, Coda, and Coda is no longer with us either. So we've got Charlie, and we're grooming her to help out Coda, or help out Dixie, but she's not ready yet. So Dixie is out there doing the job by herself, but she does a great job, and she runs all night long and keeps everything safe. We haven't had a problem in the 4 years that we have homestead with an animal being taken. So this was a shock, especially in the middle of the day, because Dixie has the day off. She gets to relax.
She works the night shift.
Yeah, she gets to relax, and I mean, we were all home. We were all being loud. We were all home. We didn't think it could happen, so I guess I didn't think it could happen.
Well, we got used to it not happening. So that's what happens when you get complacent. You get tested, and then you'll see some faults in your defensive line. So
yep, tough lesson learned for
For all
sure.
of you guys that asked, Dixie is she is a livestock guardian breed dog. So her mom was Anatolian Shepherd and Great Pyrenees mix. And then her dad was a German Shepherd, actually, that wandered onto the farm. And we got Dixie out of it. So Dixie's been a great livestock guardian dog. I gave her the finger. I told her she messed up, but
you know what though?
she did good. It's fun.
After it happened, she just laid with Dolly, and I'm gonna start crying. She just laid with her, and I just saw it in Dixie's eyes that she was like, "Man, this happened on my watch." Like, she hardly left Dolly, so I think that she had a really hard time with it too.
Yeah, and when this stuff happens, you can either sit back and say, "Oh, it was just pure luck," but we're not. We're looking at it and we're saying, "Okay, how can we fix this from happening in the future?" And this is just part of the learning experience, and it sucks to lose. It sucks to lose a. Are you crying?
I am, and I'm not meaning to. This is so embarrassing. I did not mean to.
We could edit it out, or we
God.
could leave it, because I was in the middle of that entire sentence. We're gonna have to leave
No,
it.
it was good. Ugly, or what is? Can't Cry Pretty. It's Carrie Underwood's new song.
Thanks, Carrie Underwood. Cry pretty. All right, quit crying pretty.
Okay, sorry.
What was I saying? Oh, so we're gonna figure out how to fix. None of that's getting edited out.
Oh.
We're gonna figure out how to fix it for the future, and that's part of the learning process. If you don't get it right the first time, all the time. So, some of the things that we've decided to come up with is to build a pen area where we can put them away at night. And then with that, we are going to get a new livestock guardian dog. If you're not familiar with the working breed dog, you're supposed to give these dogs a job and then that's it. We do treat our dogs like pets. We do love on our dogs like crazy. And with these dog breeds, many believe you're not supposed to do that. So we're going to kind of take that approach with the next one. And the next one, we're going to stick it in the pen with the goats, and it's just going to be a part of the goats. It's not going to get all the love and attention and come in at night and the rubby-dubby, lovey-dovey stuff that all of our animals get. We're going to develop the approach of you're just a working dog. And that should attach that dog to the goats as if that dog thinks it's a goat, but it's going to go out with the herd, stick with the herd the whole time, and then we shouldn't have to deal with this kind of thing when we let them out to go free range.
Which is so hard for me. I have to train myself more than anything to let that happen. But I think that, like, even with me just getting emotional, like, I'm sure somebody's going to tell me that I'm not set out to be a homesteader. But you know what? I think that with homesteading, life and death is a huge part of having a farm. And that morning we had baby kittens born, and that was really fun and cool to wake up to. And then that afternoon Dolly was taken. And you know what? I love our animals, like, with all my heart, and they are a huge part of this farm. And I was telling a friend who had made kind of the same comment in a really nice way, just saying that, well, that's just kind of a part of a farm. And it is. But the day that I don't mourn one of our animals' death, to me means that I should stop being a farmer. So I put my whole heart into it, and I will continue to do so because that's just how I am and who I am.
There's a fine balance. You know, you could go into farming and just take care of your animals and not have any sort of emotional attachment to them, which to me would tell me that you're not spending enough time with those animals. Well, we spend tons of time with our animals all the time. I don't know how many projects I've been working on, and the goats just show up and start licking me while I'm down on my hands and knees building something.
Or the babies will jump on your back.
The baby, like, they all are a part of this homestead as well. So to have just an emotional turnoff towards them, we're not doing it. We don't do it. We love our animals. We also know our animals are food. We're going to name them, and we're also going to send them to butcher. But that's just how we choose to do it. You know, we don't want to grow so big that we don't have any sort of interaction with our animals. This is just a little family homestead, a small farm, and we're going to get to know our animals. And they're going to get names, and when they get taken, it's going to get sad. And when they go off to butcher, they're going to get a big hug. And Dutch knows all about it. You just hug your animals all the time.
We always say we just want to make the difference where in the life that we live right now, we rely a lot on our food from the grocery stores, and the way that the animals are treated there is from these huge manufacturing farms. It's not good. So I want to make the difference. It can be not good. It can be not good.
We won't generalize it because we haven't been to all of them, but we will say that it can be not good. It's been seen that it's not good at these big factory farms.
So I just want to make I just want to make a difference on our farm. I want them to have a great life while they're here, and then one bad day that ends really quickly. Even with our butcher, we make sure that they have a nice, clean, easy kill. So all of that's really important to us.
Yep.
But speaking of our animals that we love so much, do you want to give an update on our Ruby girl?
So Ruby is at her due date. She was at her due date yesterday, 114 days. She is supposed to be popping out piglets any day. So we are keeping an eye on her pretty much throughout the day. This is her first time farrowing, which is having piglets. So it could run over. It could run past 116 days, but we're keeping an eye on her. We're ready to catch some piglets. We're expecting some big healthy babies from Ruby. She is 2 years old. We waited till she's about 2 to have piglets just to make sure she has a good healthy birth the first time. So we're waiting on Ruby to pop out piglets anytime. So we've been checking on her every couple hours.
The last week or 2 weeks probably, she's just been laying. She just is, she's done. She's grown these babies, and they are a lot of work. So she's just been laying. So we've just been going up to her and rubbing her belly and giving her lots of love. So
yeah, and part of the reason too that we're doing that, so we're basically looking for the signs in her behavior that are telling us, what. We're going to watch them leading up to it, and that's going to teach us in the future what it is that we need to look for and how close we are. And this is just how you learn these things if you're not involved with it. So we're watching her. We're watching her behavior. We've noticed the last week or so she's just been laying down a ton. We do know that she will start building a nest when it comes time. She'll pick up all her bedding and make a nice little big bird nest for her 400-pound booty.
And she'll get restless.
Yeah, and she's supposed to get restless, and then she should quiet down and start popping out babies. So we've read up on it. We're ready for it. We've never seen it, but we're ready for it. We feel confident in it, and we're going to do our best to deliver these babies into the world.
We also went and bought the supplies and medicine or whatever that we could need if things go south. So we try to go the more natural approach, but we're very realistic with the fact that if we need to go and grab a couple of things that could help everything, then we're willing to do that. So we've got all that for backup as well.
Yeah, we're pretty confident though that Mother Nature is going to take care of itself on this one. They're, like I was saying earlier, our animals, the way they are, it's kind of only the strong survive on this farm. We don't use heat lamps with animals. They're going to have to make it on their own if they're going to make it out here. We don't use heat lamp on our kids. We're not going to use heat lamps on our animals. But really though, we're not going to nurse a sick or a sickly animal into this farm because it's just going to struggle the whole way. So if it doesn't make it past day one, it's going to struggle out here. So that's just part of it. Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to do our best to make sure that all of them live. We're going to try and take care of them. We're going to help out and make sure nothing suffocates in the process. We're going to keep eyes on the piglets when they come to make sure, Mama doesn't squish them.
Well, she's a big mama.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
We gotta watch out for ourselves too because she's a big girl. Super sweet, but big girl.
Yeah, so part of what we've been doing too, we're, like I said, we're very involved with our animals. So Ruby is very used to all of us touching her, playing with her. She's very used to me being in the pen around her. But since I built the new pen, in the little hut, her little birthing hut, I've been in there with her. So she's getting used to me being in there with her. So it's not new come baby popping day. And then I've been rubbing on her belly, so she gets used to me kind of being down in that area and knows like, oh, hey, he's just rubbing my belly. That's okay.
Well, and kind of playing with her nipples so she can get used to when her babies are feeding too. So
yep,
we're trying to do our best to help prepare.
And then we're also looking to draw out milk because a pig's milk will come in 24 to 12 hours before birthing. So it's like a quick thing. She won't look super pregnant until it's time to look super pregnant. So we're kind of doing that to help check. That's going to be another indicator as to when we're ready to go. And today's raining, so they'll probably come today.
Go figure.
So, guys, our pig, more on Ruby. Ruby is a Tamworth pig. She's a rare breed of pig. According to the Livestock Conservancy, Ruby is what is considered watched. She's on the watch list. There is studied. There's 5 sections, basically, 5 groupings. There's study. There's, and I'm going from top to bottom, so the best to the worst. There's studied. There's recovering. There's the watch list. There's threatened. And then there's critical. So Ruby is on the watch list. Her breed of pig, Tamworth, there's not a ton of them, so it's on the watch list. It's not, there's not a bunch of them, but it's not so endangered. So she's kind of a rare pig, a rare breed of pig. We like the breed of pig. We did a lot of searching to figure that out, and we went with Tamworth. Part of the reason we did go to Tamworth is we found out that it was, a more rare breed of pig, or that it needed help, and the breeding numbers need to come up. So we decided to be a part of that, and we decided that with some of our pigs, actually both of our pigs are the same way, and I think all of the other pigs we buy from this point forward will all be the same way. Ruby is on the watch list, and Merlot, who's our red wattle, is on the threatened list. So she is one section below Ruby. They've got less of a population, but it's the same idea. We sort of want to be, they are heritage breed. We want to be stewards of what we do. And we don't want to breed to slip off the population chart. It would suck to watch something go away when you could have done something about it. So we kind of take these endangered pigs and we make a market for them. They're not around here. They're fairly hard to find. To be able to get these animals, you kind of got to maybe travel around to talk to somebody. We know here you can find them every once in a while, but they're not the most popular pigs in this area. So there's a couple of ideas behind that. One is genetic lines aren't going to get crowded in the area. If everyone's producing the same pigs and buying from the same people and having the same genetic line, you're just sort of saturating the pool, right? And with bringing Ruby in from somewhere else and grabbing a dad from somewhere else, we're bringing in lines from 2 different places, and then we can start to help grow the population in the area. With us, we do butcher her pigs. We do butcher our pigs, so that doesn't help out the population.
Well, we do want to keep them, we will continue to grow. We'll probably keep one of her girls.
Yeah, Ruby and OP, who's our boar, our Tamworth boar, they're both registered. So they are registered, which makes their babies registerable. So it is our plan to keep some of Ruby's babes and continue to build the Tamworth breed on our farm.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you guys, if you're thinking about homesteading, I would just encourage it. You guys should look into rare breeds of pigs, something that your farm can, help to sort of build back. I think it's a great idea because it sets your farm apart from other farms. So if you are looking to make a market and stand out, don't go buy the same pigs that everybody else has, because then you're just taking the same product to market. If you're going to the farmer's market with strawberries like everyone else, that's one thing. But if you're the guy that shows up with diamonds, you're going to stand out from everyone else. So
Yeah, not to mention we also feed our pigs strictly non-GMO feed. So we get to sell them as non-GMO fed pigs. And our clients who have bought our pigs are extremely happy. In fact, they told us as many as we can bring them is as many as they will buy.
So don't be scared to kind of go out there and try a new thing. You know, we've decided that we want to eat meat product from our farm that is fed non-GMO product, and with that we have built, in the 4 years, we've built a niche for us to make money there. So it might not be easy starting out, but for us, we found a way, and we're using our product that we're happy with, and we're selling it.
Yep. So we just wanted to give you guys an update on what is happening. We really appreciated all of the love and support and thoughts on what happened that day, and it was fun to be able to, out of a really bad day, it was fun to share it with you guys. So just want to give you an update. Unfortunately, we can't give you a great one, which, trust us, that's something that we're uneasy with. We wish that we could give you an exact, this is what it is and it's gone or whatever. So not our ideal update as well.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying the updates. Hope you're enjoying the channel. If you guys are enjoying the channel, hit that thumbs up button. That really tells YouTube that you're enjoying our stuff, and it tells YouTube that we're a successful channel and that we're trying to build it. So
hey,
help us
I
out with that.
also wanted to hit on one more thing. We got accused by a couple of people saying that we staged the Bigfoot thing. And I just want to put this out there. We recently got to the point where we could be qualified to be monetized, but we're not monetized yet. It's a process. So trust us, if we were wanting to put something out to make it seem like Bigfoot was out here, which we would never do, but if we
We'd
were...
probably wait till we were making money off of it.
We'd wait till we were making
instead
money.
of throwing it out before we can even make a dime off any views or any advertisements.
And the slowed down, or the weird sound, was just the slowed down of Chad talking. So
listen,
no extra audio added.
The majority of you guys have got it figured out. Some of you seem to be lost, but that's okay. Stick around. We'll get you straightened out. But we want to thank everybody for watching. We had fun with it. We're a homesteading channel. We're not a Bigfoot hunting channel, but we appreciated all your guys' participation in the entire series of videos.
Well, and we're a homesteading channel, and that means, like, we could be all over the place. It's whatever is happening on our homestead and we're willing to share with you guys is what will be on our channel. So, I mean, one day we could be out mushroom hunting and fishing, and then the next chasing Bigfoot. You never freaking know.
Yep. When you're out doing stuff, things are going to happen. It's part of an adventurous life. You guys are going to see it. So if it happens to us, we're going to show you. And if it's out of your box, widen your box, because we're not going to fit in it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. God bless you. God bless America. And remember, an armed society is a polite society.
Hey, I like that. Did you just come up with that?
That might work.
I like it.
My conversation with my friend from Ireland today really motivated me on that one.
Oh, very cool. Well, thanks, you guys. Have a great day, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Dustin Dean just threw me off with his with his comment.
Oh.
I was reading it.